Hello and welcome. Welcome to this tutorial to accompany week 5 of my Down by the Sea blanket. I'm Eleonora from Coastal Crochet, and all the details about this blanket can be found over on my website www.coastalcrochet.com. So this tutorial is to accompany week 5 and its rows 15, 16, 17 and 18, and that's these rows of little parasols that you can see here. Parasols on the beach, providing a little bit of shade on a sunny day down by the sea. As always, these tutorials are not to replace the written pattern, so do have a copy of the written pattern with you as we work through these rows. I'll show you how it's done. So at the end of week 4 we should have joined with yarn B, which you can see here. And now looking at row 15, we're going to be working traditional shell stitches, but we're just going to be changing the colour on each stitch to create the stripy parasol effect. So we begin row 15 with one chain, that doesn't count as a stitch, and so we work one double crochet, US single crochet into the very first stitch, like so. And now we miss 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, so miss 3 stitches, and this stitch here is the next one to go into, and we work one double treble, so US treble stitch, into that next stitch, so miss 3, 1, 2, 3, one double treble into the next stitch, but at the last yarn over hook of that double treble stitch, so this one here, we join with yarn A. So a normal double treble stitch, but at the end of the stitch we join with yarn A. Give yarn B a little tug there to keep it a bit neat. And so now we do the next stitch in yarn A. Just have yarn B loosely to the back. Make sure you're just working with yarn A. And so now if you look at the pattern, we do one double treble where you wrap your yarn around the hook twice, a US treble, into the same stitch, like so. So yarn over hook, pull through, got 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, but at the last stage of this stitch we change back to yarn B. And yarn B should just be loose there. We haven't encased it anywhere, we haven't trapped it into that stitch. Just work it so it comes underneath yarn A, like so, and then finish the stitch with yarn B. So we've done 2 double treble. And so now the next double treble, wrap your yarn around the hook twice, into the same stitch, make sure you're not trapping yarn A, work this double treble stitch as normal, and at the last yarn over hook, when there's 2 loops on the hook, that's when we're going to change back to yarn A, making sure it goes underneath yarn B, like so. And there we go, we've got 3 stitches, and by changing the colour at the end of each stitch we're creating this really fun parasol effect. Now each of these shell stitches is made of 7, so we've got 4 more stitches to do. This one in yarn A, yarn over hook, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and when you've got 2 loops left on the hook, that last yarn over hook, change back to the first colour, making sure it goes underneath like so, and then pull through. That's 4 stitches. Another double treble into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, but when you get to the last yarn over hook we change the colour again. We're alternating between yarn B and then yarn A, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 2 more stitches, so yarn over hook twice, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, stop at the last yarn over, get yarn B, trail it underneath yarn A like so, and then just pull through. So there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. So like I said, each shell, each parasol is made up of 7. So we've got one more double treble to do, and this time we're not going to change colour. So do your final double treble as normal, but don't change colour. And that's a parasol complete. So looking at the pattern, we don't change colour at the end of the 7th double treble. That's just what we've done. Now it's miss 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next stitch, that's this one here, work 1 double crochet. That's a US single crochet. But what we want to do at this stage is just pull through yarn A, not too tight, not too loose, just trail it along the top there and make sure your hook goes underneath it, because we just want to encase that in this double crochet US single crochet stitch that we do. I'll show you the back. We've just trapped that yarn into that stitch. We don't want it sort of flailing loosely at the back, and this just traps it in nicely. And there you go. There is our first shell stitch, which looks like a little parasol on the beach. And so if you look at the pattern, it's repeat from star to end of row, and that is basically here where we miss 3 stitches, do exactly what we've done here, all in the next stitch, miss 3 stitches, and then another double crochet into US single crochet into the next stitch. So repeat all that. So I'm just coming up to the final repeat. I've repeated everything from star all the way across the row, as you can see, and I'll just show you the final repeat. So I can just show you again how we make these parasols. So if you go back to star, we now miss 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. So into the next stitch, this one here, we do a double treble, wrap your yarn around the hook twice, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through to the front, 4 loops on the hook, and then complete that stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 as normal, but just at the final yarn over, change colour to yarn A and pull it through. And so now another double treble into the same stitch, completing that stitch as normal, but then changing back to yarn B at the end of that stitch, another double treble into that same stitch, complete it as normal, but at the final yarn over hook, change back to yarn A and repeat that, just alternating between the 2 colours like so. And there'll be each parasol, each sort of shell stitch is made up of 7 stitches. Just alternating between those 2 colours to give the really fun striped effect. If we have a look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one more, and at the end of the 7th double treble, the final double treble, US treble of the shell stitches, we don't change colour. There we go. And then it's miss 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, US single crochet in the next stitch. Here's the final stitch, and obviously that is the top of the 3 chain made at the start of the previous row. And just at the end of that final stitch of the row, we actually join with yarn A, like so, because row 16 we're going to be crocheting in yarn A, the darker pink colour. And so that's the end of row 15. You can see all the lovely parasol shell stitches going across the whole row, and there should be 16 of these in total going all the way across. And so now turn the work, ready for row 16. And so here's the wrong side facing, and row 16 is a simple row of double crochet US single crochet stitches. Begin by making 1 chain that doesn't count as a stitch, so the very first stitch to crochet into is this first one here. Just have to pay attention a little bit now, because obviously with the colour changes we've got these extra little strands of yarn, but once we get to the shells it's actually quite easy to pick out, because obviously we need to do one stitch in one colour and then the next stitch is in another colour, and so therefore you can really see and make sure that you do your double crochet, US single crochet in each stitch across the entire row. And when we get to the end of the shell, if you remember, in between each of the shell stitches in the previous row we worked that extra double crochet, we anchored it with the double crochet US single crochet stitch. There it is, just remember to do a double crochet US single crochet stitch in that one too, and just carry on all the way to the end. So I'm just coming up to the end of row 16 with my double crochet US single crochet stitches. There we go, and at the very end of the final stitch we join with yarn F. So I'll turn and let you see what it looks like from the front. And there we go, that's what it looks like at the front now, with those double crochet US single crochet stitches going all the way across. And so now looking at row 17, we begin with 3 chain, which counts as the first treble, US double crochet, and looking at the pattern we do 1 treble, US double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So that's 1, that's 2, and now we're going around the shell, but obviously the shell is sort of curved, and so we're now going to shorten our stitches so that we go round the shell really nicely. And so the next stitch is a shorter stitch, which is the half treble US half double crochet, so one of those, and then it's a double crochet US single crochet into the next stitch. And now we're going to increase the height again, so we have 1 half treble US half double crochet into the next stitch, and then 1 treble US double crochet into the next stitch, like so. And you can see that we're going around that parasol stitch really nicely now. And so looking at the pattern, we now miss the next 3 stitches, so that's 1, 2, 3. We miss those stitches, we're not going to crochet into those, but instead we're going to do 3 double treble, that's US treble stitches, into the central stitch 3 rows below in row 14. Now row 14 was this blue row here, it was the row we did before our parasol shell stitches, and so this is the central stitch. So it's into this stitch that we're going to be crocheting our double treble US treble stitches into. So wrap the yarn around the hook twice, insert your hook into that central stitch there from row 14, and just work your double treble as normal, yarn over, pull through to the front, you'll have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we do 3 of those all into the same stitch. This is number 2, and then there's 1 more to do. Wrap your yarn around the hook twice, insert into the same stitch, you're just going through to the back as normal, yarn over, pull through to the front, and obviously it's encasing all the stitches on row 15 and 16. But what it does is it really neatens the sort of the joins between the shell stitches, like so. And if you look at the back, that's what it's looking like at the back. Really neatens and encases the join between the parasol, like so. And so looking at the pattern, we now do 1 treble in the next stitch. Remember, obviously we were missing 3 stitches, so make sure you do miss those 3 stitches and go into the correct stitch. So it's 1 treble US double crochet into the next stitch, 1 half treble US half double crochet into the next stitch, 1 double crochet US single crochet into the next stitch, 1 half treble US half double crochet into the next stitch, and then 1 treble US double crochet into the next stitch. and then looking at the pattern, it's repeat from star 14 times, and star is basically here. If you look at the pattern and go back to star, it's where we're missing 3 stitches, so we're going to miss these 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then into that central stitch in row 14 we are going to be doing 3 double treble. That's your US treble stitches. 1, 2, and then 3. There we go, going around that shell, another join there, sort of really neatening that join between the 2 shells, and carry on. So now it's the treble, US double crochet, half treble, US half double crochet, double crochet, US single, another half treble, US half double crochet, and then a treble, US double crochet, and then we're back at missing those 3 and doing the double treble into there. And so repeat that all the way to the end. So I'm just on the final repeat, going around that final shell. Here is the final treble, US double crochet stitch, and if you look at the pattern there should be 2 stitches left at the end of the row. Here they are, 1, 2, and into those final 2 stitches we work a treble, US double crochet, like so. And that's the end of row 17. And if you look back across, we've really neatened the joins between those parasol sort of shell stitches, really neatening it and bringing them out. Looks really great. And so now one more row in week 5, which is a simple row of treble US double crochet stitches. So turn your work, make 3 chain, counts as the first stitch, and then it's 1 treble US double crochet in each stitch to the end. And here I am at the end of row 18, and then we can fasten off. I'll turn the work to show you what it looks like at the front, and there we go. So that's rows 15, 16, 17 and 18 to the first part of week 5 of our blankets. And now for the rest of week 5 we repeat all these rows on the opposite side of the blanket. So there you go. I hope you found the tutorial helpful to create these really wonderful, colourful textured stitches. Thanks for watching.